Hello and welcome to Clarity TV. My name is Barbara Gray and this is our dear friend Paul Church.
Good afternoon.
And we're here to keep you company for at least an hour.
Famous last words.
Well, we're kind of celebrating Japan. We've been doing this all month, all March.
We have indeed.
And today is the last day. So come on in, because we're going to have a last hurrah for Japan.
And what a way to sort of close off Japan before the flights depart at midnight this evening.
Yeah, they do. So Paul, what's going on the savings front?
Okay, so we've got a brand new collection of two beautiful stamp sets. I'm going to bring the details up on the screen.
Hang on a minute, that's not quite what I meant.
Right, okay.
What I'm talking about, before we'll let our friends find us first. We're going to talk about the savings. So because it's the last
shopping.
You relax, I'll do it. Right, because it's the last day of the month. That usually means that all the offers that have been on all through the month will get reset at midnight.
They will indeed.
So if there's anything that you've been looking at or enjoying or thinking, I really want to treat myself, then do it today, because this month's offers will all get reset at midnight.
They will indeed.
So I was talking about that in the shack this morning with the Japanese floral 3-way overlays.
Yes, beautiful.
You know, and thank you, Jilly. Thank you, love. And then in addition, of course, because we've been celebrating Japan, we've also got the
Japan 10 codes at checkout.
Well, see, so I thought, because this was here, that was what you wanted to talk about.
We've got lots to talk about, haven't we? Should we have a look on the overhead then?
I'll do that as well, shall I?
I'll press the button for the I'm just here to press buttons or not. Okay, so throughout the month of March, we've been celebrating all things related to Japan. We've brought some fantastic releases to you. And at checkout, if you put the code in Japan10, you'll receive 10% off your order. Now, if you're a club member, you'll take your club discount off first, and then you'll get an additional 10% off. And you can use this as many times as you like up until midnight this evening.
And that's what I was talking about. So what that means is, right, that today, if you're going to do any shopping, today's the day. If you see anything in the show today that you fancy, don't wait till tomorrow.
No. Some of your essentials, maybe you want to top up on stencil brushes.
Yeah, they're back in the building.
Stencil brushes, cardstock. Maybe you're thinking, oh, maybe I need to get ahead and just get some more card blanks or something like that. Then, yeah, you can certainly take advantage of that extra 10% off as well.
There we are. And so today we've got some really neat new things. We've been really busy here because we just thought, you know, it's been a really brilliant month. I've really enjoyed going to Japan for a month virtually, even if it wasn't actually in reality, but it's been really lovely to visit that art.
It has it in the shack as well.
Yeah.
Currently on V for Vase.
That went well this morning with the vases, if anybody was interested in that.
Yeah.
If you didn't see it this morning at 10 o'clock, it's always available on YouTube. In fact, all of these TV shows are, aren't they?
They are. You can either catch up via our Clarity Craft YouTube page, or if you go to the front of our website, then there's a button that says Catch Up and Craft. You can go in there, and the current one will always be at the top, and you can scroll all the way back to, I think it was about October last year.
Is it now, since we started?
Yeah, since we started doing these. And during the course of the various shows, if we do any demonstrations, we also have downloads.
Yeah, so today we've got some really lovely downloads. Best Friend Ever.
There we go.
Serenity Cranes, and then some new waterside masks, landscape and portrait masks that I've been busy getting ready for this occasion.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so these are there in that same section, and you can download them. And what's nice is that it tells you what was made, when it was made, and what was used. And so it's really ideal. Because you could go straight in and have a look, and for example, the Japanese cranes that I've used, it will tell you exactly what the link is and where to go. So that's great too. And I see that our Grace is in the room, all the way from good old Brooklyn, and so Paul's just changing the backdrop
We always seem to run out of time, but we had a really productive meeting, didn't we?
Yeah, we had
beforehand,
a really
with
busy meeting.
exciting-
Yeah, and so we were. Look,
There we go, as if by magic.
yeah, we had a really exciting meeting,
We
and
did.
and time kind of ran out, didn't it? So there was a bit of a scramble, but
Yeah.
that's okay. It's good. I'll tell you all about it later.
Very exciting news.
Yeah. So these are the downloads,
Yes.
and now we've got
Should we have
loads
a-
of friends in the room,
We haven't.
and
Wow,
now we'll
yes.
show you what the
Brand new.
last but not least.
Yes.
Last
okay.
but not least, if we have a look at these two sets of stamps, you'll see these are Japanese cranes. Now we've got two A5 sets.
We have.
They come with their masks.
Yeah.
And you know, now usually you would expect them to be together. You know, the infill, the positive and the negative.
Yes.
But there were so many of them that we decided to split them up, because they work really beautifully independently too, but they also work as a pair. So if I were to show you now physically, you know, I wanted to just talk about these, because what you've got here is you've got the outline,
Yeah.
and then you've got the infill. And if you overlaid this on top of that, you'd see that they're pretty much identical. In the infill one, you can see we've got the little ones.
So you've got some extra little silhouette ones, haven't you?
But in the outline one, we've got lots of words and messages.
Nice.
So that works really, really well.
It does.
And what I'd like to kind of talk about is why we decided, the royal we, to go outline and infill like this. See, thing about these cranes, they really are fantastic, because if you look at these two here, you'll know that that one fits inside that one, but it also sits beautifully on its own. And if I come in closely on the infill ones, you'll see that they actually have detail within them as well.
Yes.
They're not, the larger ones have outline to have detail. So that's really, really beautiful.
It's not just a silhouette, is
No.
it, like the smaller ones?
Exactly. So the smaller ones, they're just a straightforward silhouette, but the larger ones, they are literally negatives, you see.
Yes.
So that's really, really lovely. The other thing to look at when we're looking at the stamps, and this is obviously for both outline and infill,
Yeah.
they've got reflections, or they've got their reverse, their opposite. So what that
Yes.
means, if, for example, if we were to look at these two here, you'll see that they're looking at each other.
Yes.
But you could also take this one and make a reflection in the water. So this
Oh, I
one could be
see.
taken off, and then this one gets swept round to the bottom, and then it's in the water.
Right.
So not only have you got outline and infill, you've also got left and right, or upstairs,
down.
downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that includes also the little ones. So these two, see, what's lovely about this is that you can make really beautiful pictures of these two looking at each other.
Yeah.
Or you'll see here, they're opposites again. So they can be sitting next to each other, or one can
Or
be in
one-
the water.
Yes.
So all the birds have got their opposite as well as their infill, apart from the little ones.
Nice.
We also got some water rings here, you know, like circles,
Yeah.
which really are so effective. So there's a lot
There
in
really is
both
a
of
lot
these
on there,
sets,
isn't there? And they come with the masks as well.
and they come with the masks
They
as
do.
well.
Which is just as important if you're creating your beautiful pieces of
Oh
artwork.
yeah, and so useful. So this is an infill mask. This is the outline mask. They're the same, but
Yeah.
a little bit, you know, it's great to have them. So each set comes with its masks as well,
Indeed.
which is absolutely marvelous. And infill mask. Yeah, there you go. Just checking.
Just checking. So when we look at the item number on the screen, which is 12135, you'll see there that the normal RRP is £42.98. You have a £8 saving, bringing it down to £34.98. Now, if you're a Diamond Club member, you'll get 15% off of that, which brings it down to £29.73.
For both sets of stamps
For both
and both sets of
yeah.
masks.
And if you put Japan 10 in at checkout, that brings it down even further to £26.76, which means you're saving £16.22,
Wow.
which is, yeah,
that's considerable.
it's very, very considerable.
Well, and the thing is, because they're just so beautiful, and
Mm.
cranes, they symbolize, they have so much symbolic potency, like
They're very elegant, aren't they?
yeah, but they all
Regal.
yeah, but they symbolize eternity. They symbolize love, and I know that Ken, he wrote quite a long letter telling me all the different things that they symbolize.
Wow.
And if Ken's in the room, then let us know again, Ken.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but so they really do have a lot of significance in Japan. And I think that they are so serene and beautiful and regal, aren't they?
Yeah.
So this is the opportunity really to get them at a fantastic price.
It really is.
Should we have a look at some artwork?
Yeah. There we go. I shall bring this over to you.
Let's look at some artwork. We decided to sit down.
We did.
We decided to sit down. We've been going like the clapper since about 6 o'clock this morning, haven't we?
Yeah, I think it was about 6 you called me this morning.
So let's have a look here. This is where we start to look at some beautiful artwork. So this is Deb McMullin, and you can see she's used, this is from one of the
oh, it's a Shack floral panel. It?
Yeah, very, very lovely. I'm just wondering if we can go in a bit tighter. That's better, isn't it?
Go.
So you can see here, this is the infill one.
Yes.
Right. And this one by Tina Morris, this is beautiful.
That's
so
lovely.
She's used both the left and the right flying towards each other.
Yeah.
See, this is unusual for us. We don't usually have that many stamps. So this one is the infill of that one. These are two separate stamps altogether. If you're wondering, how do you get the reverse? You don't. It comes. Yeah. Deborah Wheeler, you can see here with that Japonica.
Oh, is that from the floral panels again?
It is.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a gorgeous stamp. I'm just looking from those panels. There's a beautiful card. It's coming up. I can't find it now. From Jane Telford. This is beautiful as well.
That's
so
lovely.
Big moon, thinking of you. That's one of the messages
on
inside.
The stamp set.
Just the small ones. Here we see Deborah Wheeler again. That's beautiful with a big red moon.
And you can see obviously with the mask's been used to protect those, and then the colour behind it.
Yeah, well, and this is embossed as well, which is rather lovely, isn't it? And these are the trees from the
from your treescape stamp
sets. Yeah, more will be revealed on that one. Then we've got a really nice one here by Deb McMullin. Lovely landscape.
That's those same corners from the floral panels.
That's it. So that's really lovely. There's a nice landscape as well.
That's lovely.
Doesn't that look good?
Yeah.
So who did this one? Debbie McMullin again. And Debbie McMullin again. So this is another lovely one. I love the little ones, you see. They not only add dimension, like one in the foreground, one in the distance, but they're also perfect for our mini makes.
Yeah.
So
and
that's
they sort of tell
lovely.
a story as well, don't they?
They do. So this is a Sarah Brennan. Nice outline, and then infilled with the solid color.
We've got these stencils on the show as well. These are the Oriental stencils. We've got those.
And that lovely
That's
stencil.
Beautiful.
And that look good. Now this is interesting. So when we put them on the packs, they come like that, don't they, on the pack? Can I just show?
There we go.
Yeah. So you can see how we've laid them up on the pack.
Yeah.
But this one, which is from Sonia Goodliff, I love how she's changed it. Look how she's changed the angle. So it's standing
on tiptoe.
So we think of that one. This is really worth knowing. We think of that in flight.
Yes.
So the legs are, but she's bringing it out of the water, which is often the way.
Wow.
And she's brought them all up. And this is one of those beautiful, that was on last Monday.
It was. That was the floral crescents.
Yeah.
The floral crescent stamps.
Another Japanese celebration. And then we've also got that lovely serenity, those marks. So those are...
we've got those on the show as well. Yeah, we'll bring up some details on that.
So this is that one I was looking at for the Japonica with Alcohol Link in the background by Jane.
You showed this in the blog
Really
last
nice.
night, didn't you?
Really lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is Alcohol Link in the background on paper. And then that lovely, you know, less is more.
Yeah.
That little Japonica spray, which
Spray on there.
was used earlier on.
Yep. It ties in very well, doesn't it? And I know many of our friends will have that Japonica stamp.
Yeah,
at
very
home.
lovely indeed, that one. Yeah, so we'll have to investigate how the alcohol background was done. Oh, it was done on a gel press. Now that makes sense.
Yeah.
There we go. And this is a Sonia Goodliff one where she's used the reflection, you see?
Oh,
That's good,
yes,
isn't it?
that's
So now
nice.
she's used it in
And the bamboo as
Yeah.
well.
But these are two different stamps,
Yes.
just in case you wondered. This is two different stamps. And this is the same stamp again as this one.
Yeah.
Nice. And then this is what I was talking about, perspective and distance.
Yeah.
See the one, look, Missing You.
Oh, flying off.
And there's a reflection in the gel press.
Yeah.
There's a reflection down here too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
So that's interesting. This is a lovely one. I know who did this one, Tina Morris.
Wow.
I really love that.
That is stunning.
Protect your peace. That's one of the words in the set.
In the stamp set.
Nice.
Yeah.
And this is another one from Tina Morris that I love. And that's done using that trick with the cotton buds. You know, the
Oh, that you did in the shack
Yeah.
last year.
Doesn't that
wasn't
look
it?
fantastic?
Yeah.
Looks almost glimmery, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very lovely. And this is Sonia Goodliff using a stencil. I love that.
Nice.
Yeah, so, and because there are lots of different birds, there's Sonia's again, because there are lots of different birds in different stances, you've got Julie Dunn, you've got lots of different possibilities, you know, so many
building
different
a landscape.
combinations. That's a nice one,
That's
Jane
a
Telford.
bulrushy stencil there.
And then this is a Sarah Brennan, of course, little rainbow, that's her signature, isn't it?
Nice, yeah.
That's lovely. Jane Telford using that
sunrise, sunshine stencil, yes.
Works beautifully.
Wow.
And then this was from Jane as well. I like what she did here. She took that the number 2 stamp from one of those.
From the tiles that you were showing
Doesn't that look lovely
this
as a
morning?
little? And then she made a disc with the
symbols.
The symbol, isn't that nice?
Wow. Perfect for the mini makes as well, aren't they?
Missing You, Easy Does It, Harmony, Thinking of You. And they're all on that set.
Stamp set.
They're all on that set.
Yeah.
Isn't that great? And then this is a lovely one using the Japanese writing again. That's Tina Morris embossing those two.
That's lovely.
Harmony. Yeah, see, there's a lot to be said for having the reflections or the opposites, isn't there? And even if you're using your old stamps, this is Tina again, your old stamps, the old cherry blossom. Cool.
Yeah.
I drew that 25 years ago.
Not the happy couple.
Kissing couple.
Kissing couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and then just, you know,
beautiful, isn't it? Yeah.
So, but you can see just by looking at the inspiration, some really, really beautiful artwork there.
Yeah. And these were sort of, Barb designed what we're about to show next. The design team didn't even get their hands on this collection. So we'll bring it up on the screen for you.
This was my Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
So these are so cool.
Brand new.
The landscapes, the idea when we brought these out with the trees.
Yes.
They've been super, super popular.
They have.
And in fact, I've got something up my sleeve that I'm going to tell you about later. But you can see here, I decided to do a couple of portrait and landscape ones.
Yeah.
So instead, because the other ones are all square, 4x4.
Yes.
And these ones now got 2 different sizes going on here, 4 different designs. And you can see we've got a 3x5 inch.
Yeah.
And 4x6.5 inch.
Yeah.
So either landscape or portrait. Landscape or portrait.
Yeah.
And there you've got 2 landscape masks, 2 portraits. So you've got 4 in, it's a pack of 4 in each pack.
Yeah. So the item number for that complete collection is 31790. Should be £16. You have a £3 saving, which brings it down to £13. And if you're a Diamond Club member and you take a Japan 10, that brings it down to £9.94, which means that you're saving £6.06, which is crazy.
That's very good,
That's
isn't
very
it?
good, yes.
So you can see here the idea. I designed these and then Jazz put them together for me. But these are they're quite Japanese actually, but they're not, they don't have to be.
No.
It's just because we've got our head wrapped around Japan at the moment. But these could also be Scotland, Wales.
Well, as you said,
you
they're
know,
just waterside
they're just
landscapes, aren't
waterside
they?
landscapes,
So,
yeah.
and they just happen to work beautifully with our brand new cranes.
So you've got 4 in each pack. These are the smaller ones, and then you've got the same in slightly larger.
You have.
And the larger ones, what I really liked about the larger ones was that you can cut them up. You chop them up.
You're going to show us a trick later, aren't you?
Yeah,
on
really
that?
interesting.
Yeah.
So those are the 2 sets, and they come as a pack, or you can buy them individually.
Individually, so we can see that we've got the item numbers for them individually. So if you want the larger ones, it's 31789. And if you want the smaller ones, it's 31788. But the complete collection, item number 31790, you have that £3 saving, bringing it down to £13. That's really, really good.
Cool.
And then all your discounts on top of that as
and
well.
Then, yeah. So what I thought would be a good idea,
Yeah.
I thought we'd have a look at the stamps.
Yeah.
And we'd just work out how the stamps work. Okay, so there's hours and hours of play in here. And of course, the design team examples are just breathtaking, actually. So I'm going to show you how they work, I'll show you my findings and what they look like when they're stamped and how to stamp them.
Yeah.
So I've got a couple of projects that I want to do with you with the cranes.
Yeah.
And then I want to do one of the landscape masks.
Yeah.
And then we'll just pop a crane on.
Pop a crane on, just like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm going to go to a pack shot then, so we can get ready, if that's okay.
Love it.
Super.
Get rid of the chairs. Break's over.
Break's over. Stand in time. So if you like this brand new collection of cranes, and I know many of you found them earlier on today when we released them on the website, item number 12135, you have an £8 saving, bringing it down to £34.98. If you're liking the look of those lovely waterside landscapes masks, then the item number for that is 31790, £3 saving, bringing it down to £13. The Enzo and collection of all those lovely stamps with the Barbara Shack Enzo Enlightenment and Japanese symbol A5 square and A6 stamp collection currently has that £10 saving, but that will go at the end of today at midnight and revert back to its full price. Item number 11900. And you may have seen some lovely stencils being used in the background. This is our Oriental Pattern 7x7 stencil duo. Item number 01010. You have a £2 saving on that, bringing it down to £9.98. Now, there's a couple of other items whilst Barb's getting ready that has a fantastic saving on. This is the Occasion Sentiments and Pattern Panels A5 square and A6 stamp collection. This has got a £22.48 saving, bringing it down to £52.45. Now, this price will also go up at midnight. So maybe you've been looking at some lovely designs and you're looking for some sentiments. So it has the likes of Merry Christmas, thank you, congratulations, get well soon, happy anniversary, happy birthday, all in different fonts. So there's some lovely bits there to tempt you with.
Right, are you ready?
I'm ready. Go on then.
Okay, so break's over.
Break's over, standing up.
Now let's have a look. I just wanted to show you just a very simple card. I think you can see that. I think let's have a look if you can come in. You know, sometimes this overhead is a little bit
pasty,
too glary. Yeah. There, you see, you can see the reflection beautifully there, can't you?
Yes.
So I just wanted to show you up close the detail.
Look at that.
Is absolutely gorgeous.
Stunning.
Yeah. So, and it's very simple, and it's using not one but 2 stamps.
Right.
Excuse me. So I've got the 2 outline, the 2 infill stamps.
Yeah.
So I'm going to need this one for the top. Yeah. And then this one for the bottom. So I'm using that one and its counterpart. So I've got that one there
Yeah.
and that one there, just to make it logical.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what I did notice, I did stamp this up earlier, just on a piece of scrap to see, because you can change, just like Sonia showed us, you can change the look quite dramatically. If you've got them tilting over, it looks like it. Right. So what we're going to do is look at that back leg.
Yeah.
See, and the back leg is going to help me to decide what angle I want to go at.
Okay.
Yeah. So because you'd be tempted to do that. Now let me say, if you do that, then he's on the move. The bird is on the move, right?
Okay.
If you do that, then the bird is standing on that leg there, and this leg. Do you see what I mean?
Yes.
As soon as you do that, it starts to move.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep that leg straight, okay, and then we're just going to pop that like so.
Yeah.
And then the second one is the same thing again, but we could do that afterwards.
Okay.
So I can let me just pop that in. It's just.
And this is the super long vertical mounts you're using, isn't it?
What's that, darling?
The mounts. These are the super long vertical.
Super long vertical.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to do the same again. Let's just get them out of the way, get them done. So now the legs are kind of in the same headed in the same direction.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with the one in the top, make sure I've got enough room at the bottom.
Okay.
And I did ask you to make me a couple of tags, didn't I? I thought I'd do something different.
Yeah. So we've got the tags on the show as well.
So while I'm inking up the stamp, Paul,
okay, so
maybe you could just show off the tag.
So there's the tag. So this is our nested dome tag set.
Paul.
Item number 30857. Normally $19.99 and a special price of $14.99 plus all your discounts.
That's good, isn't it? So you've got 4 of them.
Yeah.
And this is the largest
one. The largest one.
There you go. It's the largest one.
Really nice. And you can make shaped cards with these as well, can't you?
Of course. And so what I did was I just took the small circle and made it look like a moon just by cutting out the top bit.
Yes.
Yeah, that's how I did that.
Circles.
Yeah, that's it. So I've got my scrap, if you like, just to make sure that the colour's right and I'm happy with it before I go. One for test, one for best.
One for best, absolutely.
Yeah. So what colours am I using? Right, okay. So I'll go with worn lipstick and aged mahogany, distress oxides.
And these are all on the download, which you can download after the show to see exactly what Barb's used.
So you can use a spot-on sponge.
Yeah.
To load the stamp. This is a new stamp, but you can see I'm just loading that stamp up just gently.
Yeah. You
got to take your time. You know, the thing about the Japanese, and I'm not going to waffle now, but it is absolutely true. They take great pride and joy in everyday things, in simple things. You know, they don't rush like we do. You know, they don't whistle through. They take the time to just focus on what they're doing. So for now, if, for example, at the moment, my job is just to add ink to this bird, then what I'll do is I'll concentrate and do it well. Do you see?
And this is using the aged mahogany just to add a little
bit of shadow around the outside.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stamp it on here just to see if it looks good first.
Okay.
You know, and I'm looking at that back leg again because that's going to give me the right angle.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'll just do it. And I'm pressing on the body, right? One for test and one for best.
Yeah.
I'm working on the body. I don't want to press too hard on those delicate legs. Otherwise they'll look squelchy, right? Absolutely beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah. Happy with that.
Wow.
Wish I'd done it on best.
Well,
that's okay.
You can still
look. I've got them all over the place. But I just wanted to show you. It often works even better once you've got a layer, like a base layer.
Yes, it creates more of a purchase. You can see the stamp in a little bit more detail now.
Yes. See that?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to gently tap that worn lipstick into space, into the space. And then I'm going to take the darker one, the aged mahogany, and I'm just going to darken up the legs, a little bit of shadow on the tail feathers, yeah, and maybe a little bit on that area there where there's a lot of detail. Right. So I've done that one now, and I'm just going to stamp this again, checking out that back leg. Right, we want to make sure that we give enough space to the one underneath as well.
Yeah.
Right, so definitely. So I'm just going to stamp this. This is a nice thing about working with these ink pads dry. There's no rush.
You've got the time, haven't you?
I've got the time just to. So I'm pressing on the body, and I'm not going to spend too much pressure. I'm not going to exert too much pressure on the legs or the head.
Yeah.
My theory is if I press on the body, the head and the legs will follow. There. Perfect.
Wow.
Isn't that beautiful?
The detail.
See, now normally you turn that round, but it'd be looking the wrong way.
Yeah.
You see, let's come out a little bit. So what I'm going to do now is take the same one, the different, same bird, different stamp.
The reverse, yeah.
Yeah. But this time we want it to be a little, not quite so dark. Okay, it's got to be, it's a reflection, isn't it? So I wonder if we ink up the same, but then we do ink blot plot. I wonder if that would work.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah, so if I go like that and put a little bit on there, yeah, then I think, right, got them all going on here. Whichever one works best is the one we're going for. Right, but it's about the detail. So what I'm going to do now is this leg here that I'm interested in.
The straight leg.
The straight leg, yeah. So we're just going to make sure that the straight leg follows through like that. There. So that's that one. It's lighter, isn't it? It's lovely. See, I've got a feeling this one's going to be too light.
Yes.
I do.
Because I think a lot of it's come off on that piece.
It has.
On that test one.
So I'll add a tiny bit more.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to go Japanese on this and just enjoy the process. I spend hours and hours and hours watching Japanese ceramicists, Japanese woodwork, and it's I could spend hours, well, I do spend hours just watching them totally absorbed in what they're doing.
In the process.
Yeah. Now let's see if this is a little bit lighter. Again, we're going to check that leg, make sure that the leg's in the right place. I'm happy with that. There. So I've got one for test, one for best.
Yeah.
And if the test is better, then we'll go with the test. Okay. Oh no, that's beautiful.
It's definitely lighter, isn't it?
But you see can you see the, oh, it's so lovely.
The reflection, yeah.
And the legs,
is.
look.
Yeah.
Cool.
Perfect. Wow.
I know, I love it. I absolutely. You get hours of joy out of it.
And also, it's 2 for 1, isn't it, really? Because as you said, you can have these facing in the same direction, but you've also got that reflective element to it.
You have. Now, if you look at the one that I did earlier, you'll see that I put some grey in there just to accentuate. So we've got the base colour in, and then I've gone in with a pencil.
Right.
Now, before I do that, let's get this background in. See the stencil in the background? It's just nice to use. So I've got this set of stencils. Have you got the same set?
I have, yes.
There
we go.
Okay.
There we go. So there's a complete collection there.
I love these.
00709. And you've got 6 stencils in there. The price is 6 for the price of 5, plus your relevant club discounts.
So that works really well. Let me just grab a bit of yellow paper so that we can just... So I did all these demos last week, Paul.
You really got ahead, didn't you? It was the previous weekend, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so...
that's it. So let me just pop this underneath so that you can see where the card starts and the... So we'll just do this one.
Should I cut you a circle whilst you're doing that?
Well, actually,
do you need a circle?
No, because I cut the circle out of the actual.
Oh, you did it out of there?
Yeah, that's a hole.
I thought that was stuck on top.
No, that's a hole.
A hole.
But that's okay. It doesn't matter. You don't have to do that. So what I'm going to do now is see how that less is more.
Yes.
That's the key here,
that
isn't it?
softness.
Very, very, very much so. So in order to get a break, I'm going to take low tack tape.
Yeah.
And I'll just use, and this is what I'm trying to kind of impart is that sense of just relax and enjoy the process. You know, don't get caught up whether it's going to be right or wrong, or just do it, and then you can always do it again.
Yeah. And I think, as you say, if you're building it up slowly and gradually, and it is about enjoying that process.
It is. So let's see if I think I'll go that way, only because I'm looking at the pink on the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that a coincidence that stencil is the same width as the length of the die?
Yeah.
I just noticed that while you were sort of lining it up.
Interesting. Yeah. So I want to kind of, because I haven't got a hole in this time.
Yeah.
So I'm blocking off, you see? So I'm just blocking that off as well. That's all right though. It's fine. It's just different. That's all. But I just wanted to show you how gently does it. Okay. So if I take this stencil now and I make sure that the lines are in the right order, in the right direction.
Yeah.
Okay. They've got to be straight. And I'm masking it off. I'm holding it at that end.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm happy with the position. But I don't want them to move while I'm working.
No.
So I think I'll add a little bit of tape there as well. So now I know that they're going to stay. And then, so that it doesn't move, because there's quite a lot of wiggle room between there and there.
Yeah.
I'll pop another one, right, here. And that, even though you think it doesn't hold anything, it sure does.
Well, I suppose it gives it stability, doesn't it, as well?
There you go. Stability.
And this is where you want to top up on your low tack tape with that Japan 10, item number 31212 for 4 rolls of that.
So, for example, now, right, I can go from this side and I've got some pink. I've probably already got some pink on here.
Yeah.
Right? But if I haven't, just add a bit of pink on my brush. These are our stencil brushes.
Yeah.
Let me get rid of some of the excess here on my scrap paper. There, just get rid of it. Can always add it, you see. But I can't take it away very easily. So I'm just gonna, see, this really holds everything in place nicely while you're working. And you're just gonna flick. So you're not getting solid bands because you don't want to cover up the birds. If I wanted to, I could put the masks down.
Yeah.
But I'm not that heavy-handed. It's so light,
subtle,
that you don't need the masks.
No.
If you were going heavy, or say you wanted to do a landscape in the background, then you would
need to cover those up.
You would put these down and then, right, so always in the same direction, like this. And then I'm not going down this side, right? I'm just going like that, flicking up.
Yeah.
And I reckon that will probably do. Should we have a look? Let's have a look at what we've got. Oh yeah, that's
very subtle.
Very subtle. All right, so that means do a bit more, Barb. That's code for can't see. But that's all right. It's TV sometimes.
I think it's when you do the full reveal that you really get the benefit of that softness of the color.
So let's say I want it to disappear. It's like flick, flick, flick.
You're not going literally all the way across. You want that graduation.
So now that'll do. If you can't see it now, then I've got the wrong ink. No. You can definitely see that.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is take this stencil and move it down one. That's all. Right. You're right there, Paul.
Yeah. I was just bringing details of the stencil brushes because they're still on offer. Item number 31763. And you also get a pack of the spot-on sponges for free.
Do you?
You do. So, and that will change at midnight tonight as well.
Cool. So what I'm doing now is I'm taking what was covered up before.
Yeah.
See where the pink is?
Yes.
I'm covering that up now.
Ah, right.
So now I'm going to cover up the pink with the stencil.
Yeah.
See where I've got here. Right. Gently does it. No point in rushing it. Pop that down.
Yeah.
Happy with that. Take the same. I'm going to put that on there like so. Like that. We'll use that one here so it don't move while we're
Yeah.
working. That's definitely the stabilizer.
It is.
Now, because I'm coming in from this different angle now, right, this time I'm coming in this way, I'm going to use a different colour.
Right.
So just to change it up a little bit, I'm going to use a grey. So
Okay.
I've got Hickory Smoke.
Hickory Smoke.
Hickory Smoke. It's a lovely colour. So we don't need much of it, right, because we don't want to cover up the birds. But like I said, you could always put the masks down.
Mm-hmm.
Don't want much, so I'm just going in the watery area here now. Right, I'm not going to do over their heads and that. It's not a candy store. It's just a little bit of water I'm doing here. So I'm flicking from this side now. Should be fine. Right, let's have a little peek. A bit more. And it's just relaxing into it, really.
Mm.
I'm really glad that so many of our friends are enjoying this. I can tell.
Many friends in the room with us this afternoon.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all coming to see the end of our Japan 10.
Well, let's have a look. If I bet we've got enough of the Hickory Smoke in place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you see?
Yeah.
You don't want much. But let me just take if I took a sponge, just for speed now.
They come free with this stencil brushes if
Do
you
they?
needed to top up on any of those, Barb.
There. Let's just do that, because that usually cleans the stencil at the same time. There you go. So now, if I take this off here, and we turn this around, now when I leave this off here, see, we've got a really nice background. It's quite modern. Just a little bit of pink there. Okay. Not too much. Let's just come up a little bit. Nice.
Yeah.
I like this edge as well.
Yeah.
It really shows you where you're headed, doesn't it? And then if we go to the one that I've already done, there's a couple of ruler lines.
Yeah.
Very simple. So we'll just take our ruler and we'll take a
Micron pen.
Micron pen. I've got it here. Right. So I've got my Micron pen. So let's just check that it's working nicely.
30778 for your Micron pens.
There's a pack of 7 of them, isn't
there? There is, and if you want your ruler, your Pergamano ruler, 70278.
Nice. So all I'm going to do then is just run that line. It's just a finishing.
Yeah.
Just for finishing it, right? So I'm just going to take that line, and I'm just going to come along there. This is a bit dried out, this one, but I'll go twice. Have a look. This is really the artist's answer, isn't it, to illustration?
And
we'll just do that, just in case I drag ink.
Yeah.
I don't think I am. It's so dry. I can't imagine you're going to drag much of anything off here.
You never know.
No, that's true. So let's go again. We'll do another one right next to it. Just offset it a bit, like so. That'll be nice. And then we'll go again on this side. There, so this is the top and the bottom. And then you can use the ruler, the grids on the ruler, you see. Is that wet? No, it's all right. It's a splash. And then you're just gonna, so you use the lines on the ruler to make sure it's straight.
Yeah.
And then we're just gonna make a couple of lines there. Lift it up, do another one.
All of a sudden, it sort of framed it, hasn't it? And it's just given, because you didn't go right up to that edge, because you protected it with the low-tack tape.
That's it. So it's not pink to pink.
Yeah.
And then we'll just make a little dot on each end, just to cover it, put a bit of closure to it. There. There's little finishing tricks. There we go.
They can, just like the embedders, what a difference just a black line can do.
But what's lovely is, right, so we're pretty much there now, apart from the hole there, but that's neither here nor there. So for example, now I could take my backdrops. See, I could take companion papers
Yeah.
and I can mount that on there on a white. Look, it looks
Yeah.
lovely. See, if you like really clean and tidy, that's a way to go.
That's nice.
That's lovely too. Because
Yeah.
don't forget, you still got the sticker to sort
Yeah.
out. But the most important thing for me was to show you. You see how these different papers. So we've got like Shenandoah here.
Yeah.
These petite toppers. These ones in particular, the Shenandoah, they've got landscapes in them.
Oh,
See?
that, ooh. That tealy one, I bet that would look lovely.
Yeah.
Look,
That's
with
it.
those stamped on.
You just have to change the background. Well, I
Yeah.
don't know, because there's a little bit of pink in there
Pinky
as
in
well.
there.
See? It's lovely, isn't
Yeah,
it?
because that sort of, that grey sort of being picked up from there,
There we
isn't
are.
it?
So, and you see when you drop it on the orangey colour, then it picks up the orange, even though we've been using pink. It's
Yeah.
very interesting. And then the sticker booklet, right?
Pinky grey.
Pinky grey. I love these. They're a real finishing trick.
You got
aren't
your
they?
ones, or do you want to?
Yes, have a
Yeah,
look at them.
There we go. These are well used as well.
Yeah. But you see, you've got these lovely stickers. Like, by the way, I love you so much. Okay. Now I've got a choice. I can take that and I can put it straight on here.
Yeah.
Or I can take that and I can put it on that sliver of white card that I just had. I'm sure I just had it. I'm sure I didn't sling it away. Yeah.
That was it.
I bet that'd fit.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that, as if by magic. There you go. See, so you just set that on there like so. And when you give it a little white border, just finishing tricks really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like that. And then if you just trim it back. There we are.
So the pinky grey stickers, item number for those is 31639, £12.99 plus all your relevant club discounts.
Yeah. But you can see when you go to these, it doesn't matter which colour you pick. This is going to just look superb. That's like, I like that
I like
one.
the blue.
See, because you're picking out the pink. Oh, that's the one then. Okay. But you see how it just looks so lovely. And because we've put the white there.
Yeah.
See? And that's it. It's that simple. And then you just mount it on the only reason
blank.
that I enjoyed the doing this was because you saw more of the background. That's all. But like you say, you could
die cut from behind this, couldn't you, to put it on top? Yeah.
So you could, exactly what Paul's saying is you could take a circle out of there and pop it on top of this.
Yeah.
You know, and save on card. But that looks so pretty when it's on.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it really. I just wanted to show, it's very simple, how to use these inks, the Distress Oxides. And one more finishing thing on this one I wanted to do was if I take my pencils now, right, I can take my polychromos. We've got that set of 12 that we always use, haven't we?
Item number 31031.
And what you'll find is when you come in now on this, let's just lift that out of the way, and that's all finishing tricks. So you'll see now, if I come over here, there you go. So I'll work with 3 colours, light, medium and black.
Okay.
And I'll start with the light one, always when I'm doing shading. And can I say that this works best when the ink is dry?
Yes.
Okay. So for example, if I come in here, when the ink is dry, I'll add a little bit of shade on the leg there, because I can see what needs to be darker to add a bit of shadow, right? So I'll put a bit of light shade on there, right? So you'll see in a minute, it doesn't take long for it to start to...
You can already see that it's got some depth to it already.
So what we're trying to do is make, because this beak is hanging, it's in front of the...
Yeah.
See? So we've got to kind of bring that out a bit. Right, so we've got that there like so. So we've done that. Now let's go into the darker grey. I ought to sharpen it, but...
Sharpener, we've got some sharpeners.
I've got a sharpener.
Here. Got one.
Yeah. Let me just sharpen it.
Also on the website.
These are good.
Really good.
They're good. Yeah. Let me just sharpen it. Because as I get darker, I'll get tighter and tighter. Yeah. You enjoying this?
I think so. Yeah, many friends in the room.
Come on then. So now I'm getting darker. So I'm going to try and avoid going on the white. So I don't want to lose the white lines. But now I'm getting in here. See, that's why I needed it to be sharper. So I'm getting in a bit tighter. See? So then I've got that one there. Right, get a bit darker in there. I think I need an eye. Hey, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
So now start to add a little bit of shadow. Hey, that's lovely, isn't it? So oh, don't press hard. That's it. That's it. So once I've done that, the last but not least is the black.
Right.
So the black is going to be a real tiny little flash of black here and there. Like not lots. It's just a little tiny bit in the base there. Maybe down there. See, and it just, you don't need much. Less is more. There you are. And it just brings that bird, that crane to life.
Yeah.
Just a little tiny bit of, there you go. Hours of play.
And you've only used 2 of the stamps
there, doesn't that
for
look nice?
one stamp set.
Yeah, that's right. I've only used a pair of them.
Yeah.
Because they come as pairs. They all come as a pair.
Yeah.
So you take any one of those, you could do a whole row. Did it just get warm in here?
Yeah, it did.
It's always the same.
Sorry to open the window, the other one.
I've got to take my shoes off.
I took mine off earlier.
It's crazy. I don't know what happens in here, right? But it starts out like a fridge in the morning. I've got to take my shoes off. It's all right. We're among friends, Paul.
I know. As long as it's just your shoes.
Perched on one leg like a crane. I can still do it. I can still do it. Dave is envious.
Oh, bless him. That made me crack up this morning when you said you got the tree surgeon round. I thought, knee surgeon's doing home visits.
I don't think so. He'd be at work with me if that were the case. I'll come to work. Okay, so I think thus endeth the first demo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And don't forget, you have that download as well. So if you want to, if you've only seen bits and pieces, then you can pop into that download and it will have all the information on there as well.
That's it. So that's the first one.
Yep. So I'm going to go to a pack shot. So
and then let me just tidy up. Thank you.
Right. Okay. So that beautiful pair of A5 stamp sets with their corresponding masks. Item number for that is 12135. You have an £8 saving on that. Now, if you are a Diamond Club member, that automatically brings it down to £29.73. If you put Japan 10, which runs out at midnight this evening, in there as well, that brings it down to £26.76, which means you're going to save £16.22. So maybe you want to pop in some of those lovely brand new waterside landscape masks. Item number for that is 31790. You have a £3 saving, bringing it down to £13. Diamond Club members with the discount of Japan 10 brings it down to £9.94, which is crazy. £6.06. Then Barb was also using that lovely tag die. So the item number for that, I will just find that for you on my list. There we go. It's written on there. Item number 30857, and normally £19.99, bringing it down to £14.99. So you then have your discount on there as well. Barb was using the super long vertical mounts, item number 30565. Micron pens 30778. So there's lots there to, if you're able to and you want to top up your sort of stash, then take advantage of that extra Japan 10 code for that extra discount. And those stencils, those background stencils, I'll just bring those up on the screen for you. That one just there. Item number 00709. 6 for the price of 5, £5.99 saving, bringing it down to £29.95. And Diamond Club with all your discounts brings it down to £22.91.
Cool.
There we go. We good?
Yeah, we are.
We good?
Yeah. So
Ooh.
I was thinking about this because I looked at what colour are cranes. They're white primarily,
Mhm.
white and grey.
Right.
And we know that, right? Sometimes they have red or,
Mhm.
you know, they've got quite some different cranes around with great big heads.
Different plumes.
Yeah, plumes. But I thought, right, so how do you get it white if you're using a dark background?
Yeah.
So, of course, if we're using white card, is white.
And you've got
right,
the mask.
and then you put the mask on, then you put
Yeah.
the background in. What happens if you're starting with a background paper? So say, for example, we're starting with a background paper. How do I make my crane white? How do I make my crane stand out?
Yes.
So what I've got here, it's just a little trick. But say, for example, now we've got the moon really subtle in the background.
Yeah.
On the original one, it's not there. Right.
No.
We've got that little one, so they're looking at each other. Love, serenity. Okay. But how to get that white in the background? I had lots of different ideas on this. Okay. And I went down lots of different routes. Then that one, that worked. This all involved masking. So you can see here, I took the mask here, right? And I put white acrylic paint, actually a white Posca pen through the base. See? So I put that down, put a white Posca pen down, stamped over the top. So I did that a few times. That works too.
Yeah.
Right? Just to say, right? But then I thought, it's a bit very bright. I don't want it that bright. So then I ended up colouring it back in again. And I thought, there's got to be
somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. So then I thought, oh, I know. Let's try the eraser. So this is what we're going to do. I've used this mask several times now.
Yeah.
So what I did was, just so that you can see how it works, I cut it out of one of these. I just cut this area here.
In the box?
It's somewhere. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to cut it out anyway. I'm going to use this one.
Yeah.
But what I've done is I've cut this out from here. Okay. So that's how I've ended up with this bit. But because it's quite flimsy, I'll just show you a little trick on how to position it. If I take some low-tack tape,
yeah,
and I just take a bit of low-tack tape, and I'll pop that on there like so. You know the old trick? That's really useful. I need to do that before I position it. So let me show you how. This is, again, it's just play. So I'm going to pop that down there, you see, and then I'm going to rub out or erase the area in the... So let's see if this works. And all I'm going to do now is take the base off, take the carrier sheet off there. See, what the masking tape does, it just holds that in place. Otherwise, it's really flimsy. So I've got that in place. So I've used this several times now, so I can see where the legs are going to go, and I'm going to pop that there like so. Just check the legs like that, right? So now I've popped that down.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna because there's quite a lot of foliage on the bottom half. Let me just lift this off now. Right, like I said, I've used this one several times, but it's still good to go. I'm going to use it again. And then what now? This is where, like, option A, option B, option C. So on this one, I then took a Posca pen, right, and a spot-on sponge.
There we go.
I took a fat Posca pen. I took a spot-on sponge, just so that you know that there are other options are available. Take that one. I put a load of spot-on sponge
right,
like that. Went dub 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 dub. Right, wait until it was dry. Dub 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 dub. Waited until it was dry, and then went back in with the outline one stamped over the top.
Right.
And that's how I got that.
So that's an option.
Option number one.
Yeah.
Right. Option number two, you take your eraser pencil, the white one.
Oh, of course.
This was the more subtle one. So this tells me, look, so I know now where the body is. So I'm just going to go through here now and through here. And I'm just going to erase the top layer of the paper, of the card, right? And I can do that on the, take my time. Again, we're going to go Japanese on this. Take our time. See, it's a lot easier because you say, well, why can't you stamp that and then rub it out? Well, if I rub it out, I'm going to rub out all the ink as well.
Yes.
So what I'm doing is I'm just taking out the main thrust of the colour. Now I need to do this. I need to sharpen it again. Right.
But that makes perfect sense. And at the moment, it probably doesn't look as if anything's coming off, but it's the same thing. It's that reveal, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it is definitely coming off. So all I'm doing here is losing, and you're not losing all of it. It's not going to go Snow White. Well, it depends. If I did this long enough, how long you got?
It would take it back to the court, wouldn't it? Eventually.
So I'm just going to go in here, and I'm not too worried about these bits. It's the main body where the light's hitting.
Yeah.
Right. So you can take a. This is going to work lovely. See, it's a lot easier to do it this way as well, because, and the other thing is, in a minute when I stamp over the top, what I found was I was also able to go in with a white pencil, and the pencil has got some more tooth. It's got like a bit more purchase.
Oh, of course, yes.
Right, because you can see that this is working, can't you?
Yeah.
You definitely can see.
Yeah, you can definitely see where towards the top part. Yeah.
So I reckon
maybe need to stock up on those eraser pencils as well.
We've got them, haven't we?
We have indeed. Yeah, they're on the website.
There you go. So I reckon that will probably do. That'll it gives you a good idea of how to do this.
Yeah.
And then I've still got I can use this again and again. So I've got my carrier sheet. So all I'm going to do, I'm not worried about the legs. The legs are not my problem. The body is the main. I can always add the white to the leg. See, that's all I need. I know it looks weird.
Yeah.
But that will do the job very nicely. And then I'm going to take this and just add that's it. No, that's not it. That's it, like that. Pop that on there like so. So now I've got my ready to go next time.
So you've used the outer part of the mask on this particular project.
Right, so now this little fella is going to sit on there like so. Do you see?
Of course, yes.
So now I've just got to make sure it doesn't. See, and if I had an outline, because I haven't got a stamping platform, then I just need to make sure that I get it somewhere in this vicinity so the body's in that area there. Okay.
Looks like the Loch Ness Monster at the moment coming out of that lake.
I know, a little bit spooky, but it makes a difference.
Yeah.
To just get rid of the colour
before you start. I think it's the subtleness, isn't it? As you say, by putting the Posca pen in, it was too white and too bright.
Now let's have a look. So if I go in here now like this, and then I'm just gonna go in there like so, and that will do, just like that. I'm not going to overthink it.
Yeah.
Right. If I had a stamping platform, obviously it'd be a lot easier, but I reckon that this should work really well. Okay. Somewhere in that area is going to be white.
Body. Look
there.
At that.
So you can see how it's perfect.
Yeah. Can I zoom in on that?
Yes, please.
There we go. Look, we really come in close as it focuses. Look
there.
At that.
So if you didn't have that, it's quite a lot darker in the background there. It's quite considerably. You've taken out quite a lot of colour there. That would be dark green through there.
Yes.
And the other thing is, you see now, once that's dry, let me just take a white pencil, like a pergaliner.
Yeah.
Okay. And once I've got, because it's got a little bit of purchase now, because I've roughed up the surface, if you like.
Yeah.
If I go in here now, oh, hello. Then I know that I can come in here with the pergaliner, and it's gonna. And you would say,
so
why?
Bright, is it?
No.
No.
You say, well, why couldn't you do that anyway without? It doesn't come out as bright because you haven't roughed up the surface. You see?
No.
So it makes such a difference. I tried for a couple of hours different ways of doing this. And this was 100% the loveliest way to do it. And it works on any surface as well. And then once you've got your, there, look, really nice. So you've got your colours. And when you go over this in white, what happens as well is you tend to lose the black,
Yeah.
right? But this will work, you watch. So in goes the white. Nice. Looking
Look
good.
at that. Yeah.
And then if you want to, right? So now what we've got is, if we want to, if we go out a little bit, we can see here, we've got the water there.
Yeah.
And then I put a little pond underneath his feet as well. Do you see?
Oh, yeah.
So that he looks like he's stood in water and not on
Looking
stilts.
over the bushes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now we've got this little guy. So we'll go into our solid surface stamps.
See,
on
this
here.
is why you need both the sets, really,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So now you're going to go, right, which one? Is it that one or that one? He's looking.
Yeah.
It's that one. So this little fella's going to go there like so.
Yeah.
So we'll just pick that up like that. So it's nice because it's real sort of story building, you know. So you can do that. Now, if you wanted to, you could take your eraser pencil and you could just add a little bit of light there, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So let's just get a bit of light from the moon, because we're going to do a moon.
Because it doesn't look as if any colour's been removed from the paper just by taking the eraser away. It doesn't affect the imagery, does it?
No, no. But let's say this one, we want to put him in a little pond as well, but there isn't a pond there. So we just make one. We just straight water. If it's straight, it will be water. Do you see?
Yeah.
So we just do that without taking his legs out, like that. And we'll take a bit of white. Let's do a bit of white there, like that. There. And then as soon as we bring in the white, so you can see. So now there's a pond there, just because we put a white line in.
Yeah.
There we go. It's simple, but it's clever. There.
So far, you've used a lovely Shenandoah Petite Topper for your background. You've used the outline stamp, an eraser pencil, and a white pencil. That's it.
That's it.
Wow.
And then we just do a bit of white. We could do that before we begin. It's easier to do this now, right? And I've got a little bit of purchase. You can feel it. It's a little bit gritty.
Yeah.
Which is what you want, because that's where the white oil-based pencil, the Pergoliners are oil. See, that will sit on there nicely. So now I've got a nice contrast when I pop my little mermaid in.
Yeah.
Right, let's have a look. One for best, one for test. Let me just take a piece of, because it's a new stamp this time.
Again.
All right, so now I'm going to use black. Let's get some nice. Cool.
Look at
so
that.
Now, how do I want the leg to be?
Of course, yes.
Do you remember?
Is he running away or is he standing
No, he's
still?
hanging on. So now you have
Chase me.
Yeah. So which way, what angle do you want? See? So I'm going to go like that. There.
Wow.
So you see how the angle of the legs is quite important.
Yeah.
Right? Nice.
Look at that.
So we've got that, and then
Yeah.
we can put the moon in the background. So the moon is done. I took the moon from the
Scenescape mask.
The Scenescape masks. Yeah, so just bear with me a second, because I know I had them here.
So the item number for those is 30150. They're in that box over there.
Sorry.
And so you've got 6 of these fantastic masks in there. Normally, where's my? They're normally $17.99. Special price of $14.99, plus all the relevant club discounts.
So these are, we've thought ahead on this one. So these now, they come cut out like this.
Yes.
Result. Right. So probably I should have done this before I put her. If I want him with his head in the moon like that, I have to do that first.
Right.
But that does, it's insignificant, right? I'm just going to pop it there like so.
Yeah.
So now that's the same principle, right, as the bird.
So you're going to remove the colour.
You remove a bit of colour first before you reintroduce the white.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So again, we take our moon, and now it's great because you can decide how much you want to lift out, Yeah.
Yeah.
And just to reiterate, if I'd wanted his head inside there, I'd have to do this first.
Because otherwise you'd erase his head while
Yeah.
you're removing the colour.
Now, also, have we discussed what kind of ink eraser this is?
This is the white-ended eraser, which is an ink eraser.
Have we got these in stock?
We have. You can get them double-ended, where you've got the pink and the white, or you have the normal white eraser. Item number 30670. So if you want to replicate this is definitely worthwhile putting a couple of those in your basket.
Yeah, well,
This looks so addictive.
Well, you know, the whole eraser thing comes from the parchment, doesn't it?
Yes, I was thinking this would be beautiful on the design
It's
of parchment.
staggeringly beautiful. If you stamped this on parchment, it would be amazing.
And that trick you do where you stamp it and then take the colour out from behind.
Yeah. In fact, with these ones, if you did the outline for Parchers, right, you could put this one on the front, then you flip the parchment over and you do the reflection that way.
Yes.
So you don't even need, you know, the only reason you would need both of them is if you wanted to. No, you wouldn't.
No.
Unless you wanted them both
to take the colour out, then you
like
would
left
need...
and right looking at each other like lovebirds.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can see how this works, can't you? Right. And then once we've taken the colour out there, then we reintroduce a bit of white. See, I just felt that this is a real simple way to go. And you've got your circle, you've got that lovely, it's like a mottled moon.
Yeah.
You know? It's not bright white.
No.
Like that, you get a mottled moon. There you go. And you've got a bit of purchase. Now let's see if we take that away. A bit more. Bit more. We don't want it too in your face. It's supposed to be subtle. There you go.
Look at that.
That's lovely.
Yeah.
There you go. So you don't want it to be too much. And then you replace your moon on your carrier sheet. So you've got, and they come cut. It's only taken us about 15 minutes.
It's better than a post-it note and a stamp and a punch, circle punch.
And then just for finishing, you see, so I've trimmed it down. And then the bits that I've trimmed, I've made little like bamboo.
That's lovely. Yeah, that's a really nice finishing trick, isn't it?
So where you're taking a bit off there, then you stamp the Serenity on that bit there. See, that bit there is exactly where I've cut that off there. You can literally see it. So I've used that as a little panel. I've cut that bit off there as a little. So you just chop it up. And the bits, the scrap that you take away,
you just put back
on
again.
You use. And then once the only difference here is Posca pen. If you want to pull it out a bit more, the white, then you just use a Posca pen, which I know I have. Thank you, Paul. And you can let's get the Posca pen going.
Item number 31731 for the fine and the medium.
Do you get both?
Yeah, you get both. And the price for those is £9.48, £1 saving, and bringing it down to £8.48.
So what I did was, when it came to the Posca pen, I did little sketchy, like a few dots, and then a little sweep. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you get that line, just a tiniest line, right? Little sweep. Like that. You want to try to avoid you're avoiding the black, you see?
Yeah.
Crown is lovely. And you want a little bit in here. So you can, you know, I mean, you can wipe your finger through there, but you're probably going to lose half there. But it's not too much.
No.
You know, it's not overkill there. It just adds a little. There's a little voice in my head going, stop!
Excuse me.
There you are. There, nice. That's it. So you see how it works?
Yeah.
You see how it works? It's nice. Yeah. Well, should we give one away?
I think we could give one away.
Let's have a look.
go
Well,
to
what's
four?
the time? 15:15. I reckon I'd really like to. Should we try those landscapes?
As if you're begging with me, please come in.
Should we try the landscapes?
I reckon we should try
All
the
right,
landscapes.
let's try the landscape.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we going to give away?
Whatever looks best at the end. See how the landscape turns out.
Okay.
Let's give away. You have to write in the serenity.
Serenity.
There we are.
Beautiful.
Serenity.
Okay.
So if you can spell it, you can have it.
So we'll choose a winner at the end of the show. Barb's just going to clear up now, so I'm going to give you some boring details, but I know it'll be what you're after. Now that Shenandoah, the Petite Toppers, the item number for that one is 30555. Normally $14.99, special price $10.99. So you've got it's like a third off, plus all your relevant discounts on there. And when you look at what Barb's just done with one of those, and we saw some in the blue, and we looked at some of the other backgrounds with the pinks in there as well, then these are perfect. Also, if you're going to put that in your basket, I would say a couple of those white eraser pencils, item number 30670. Now, we've got the details on the screen of the brand new stamp sets, 12135. You've got an £8 saving, bringing it down to £34.98. With all the relevant maximum discounts on that, that would bring it down to £26.76 with a £16 savings. Then these are so hot off the press, these Waterside landscape masks. The design team didn't even get their hands on them. Item number 31790, a £3 saving, bringing it down to £13. And then
they're so hot off the press. I haven't even got a set.
Yeah. Oh, you've got your original ones.
Yeah.
You can have a new pack, Bob.
Oh, thanks.
So that brings it down for a Diamond Club member, £9.94 with the Japan 10 as well.
Okay,
Wow.
marvellous.
Are we ready to go?
Yeah, go on then.
Okay.
Let's have a look. So, okay, so hopefully this is the new set here.
Yeah.
And you can see we were talking about landscape and right.
Waterside, yeah.
So what I've got here is the small ones, and I did these for the packaging. There you go. So there's your inspiration. It's on the front. And we've got the 3x5, and then we've got the 4x6.5. So there are the two packs. And there's also a project download, so that if you print that off, that will give you some good ideas as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Different colorways. Yeah, nice, nice. So let's have a look. And where does this card come from? Where does this size card come from? Let's just take it from the top. If this is 3x5, then what I'm after, if that's 3x5, what I'm after is 3.5 by 5.5. I'm adding, so if I go to 5.5, right?
So this is on your 7x7 stencil. Yeah.
This is our 7x7 stencil card.
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut. That's where that handy little bit
piece,
comes
that
from.
tester piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great for sticking your pinky grey on. So now I've got 5.5 by 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. So I just go like that. So each 7x7 yields 2 of these.
Wow.
There you go. Easy street.
Easy peasy.
Whether it's landscape or portrait.
Yeah.
I'm just wanted to show you where they come from.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm after, is those two pieces there.
Okay, so your stencil card, your 7x7, item number 30095.
Okay, now let me see if I can remember how to do this. So let's decide which one we want to do. Let's go with that one.
Okay.
Okay, let's just go with that one. So that one there is, so we're going to go for a nice landscape. I like this one because, and you can see also, for example, on this one, let me show you. If you don't want to use a line, if you don't, look.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, yeah. So if you want a bigger lake.
Yeah. Or say that's the sky.
Ah.
Turn it round. And then that's the harbour.
That's clever.
Do you see? So this one,
So they're
you've
like
got,
they're like a 2-for-1, aren't they?
they're
Really, a
nice.
top and
Yeah, they are,
tail.
especially the large ones.
Yeah.
When you get into the larger ones, you realize, especially that one, you turn it around, you've got a really lovely different landscapes going on.
Mm.
Okay, so let me just take that one. That's my inspiration. And I need to find the one that I'm going to use.
Was that one there, wasn't
It's
it?
that one there.
There we go.
Right, okay. So we'll put these 3 to one side.
Yeah.
I think you get a lot of mileage out of these. You know, they're good for you.
Well, considering it used to be a bit of torn paper back in the day,
Yeah.
you could use a couple of times and that was it.
That's it. So what we're going to do now is transfer. How do I transfer that to this? On the first occasion, it's quite fun to do it. After that, you can just use them as they come.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm going to just show you what I do to release them to begin with.
Okay.
So I'm just going to take my low tack tape.
Item number 31211.
Right. And I'm just going to stamp, just put this on here like so. 3 bits will do it.
Isn't it funny, this technique that you've come up with here,
Yeah.
using it on the mask, how it all started off with the
felt.
felt.
I know.
Adhesive
I
backed felt.
So we've got that going. Then what I'm going to do is take my piece of card. Oh, hello. That I said that I would put my picture onto.
Down. Yeah.
I'm going to give myself a little frame.
Okay.
Okay. So to give myself a frame, again, low tack masking tape. And I'm just going to give myself that much. That'll do. I can decide, I can come in tighter, can't I, if I want to? But let's just do this. We go through a lot of masking tape.
I was going to say, maybe you need 4 rolls. Item number 31212.
There you go. So we're just going to pop that on there like so. Okay, this is good. How are we doing for time?
Fine. We're fine for time.
So that's on there. So I'm going to pop that on my yellow sheet again so we can see where one starts and one ends.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the first thing. So then what I'm going to do is make sure that this is sitting on there. So I'm just going to rub. This is just a really cool transfer. It's a simple, it's fun to do. Okay. Now, what I was going to say is we've been having a think here at work.
We have. We always have a think.
Yeah, this is what the meeting was about. And I've decided to do a 1, 2, 3 course for landscapes.
Yes.
Because we've got a lot of, let's just get this going, right? We've got a lot of friends who've already got the trees and the originals, right? But I think that they would benefit greatly from a course, right? And so I was thinking we could get together 3 evenings.
Yeah.
Got like really nice projects to do.
Yeah.
We'll do this together. I'm going to say this now. I make this look easy, right? And it's not so much this as the colours and which colours and how to blend them and what goes where.
Yeah.
You know, the more you do, the better you get at it.
And also, when we're doing social TV, we still do more in-depth demos than what we used to do.
Yeah.
But we're still always restricted for time, aren't we?
Yeah, exactly. And so let me just get this in the right place. Just bear with me a second. Let me make sure I got it in the right place. See, I can see the card in the background.
Yeah.
There, like so. That should work. Then I'll lay that down like that.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'll lift, oh, hello. Then I'll lift this off here.
Yeah.
See, I can use this masking tape again and again. And what you'll see is the masking tape, you're right around.
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So that framey bit, that outer ledge, I'm going to remove that in a minute.
Yeah.
So what we were thinking was, and we're going to put together a project booklet.
Yeah.
Aren't we?
We are.
We're working on that at the moment. That's what Jazz is already working on.
She is.
And this isn't to do with these masks.
No.
It's to do with the original ones.
Yeah.
Right? Right. See, so then I lift that away. And it's just sitting there perfectly in there.
Nice.
So what
and
we'd
that
like
bit you're
to
going to
do,
throw away,
I'm going
aren't
to
you?
sling that. That
Yeah,
doesn't, that's
don't
not
need
important.
that.
Right. So what we want to do now is, let's have a look. We're going to do this bit and this bit because it's the same color in effect.
Oh, right. Okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this new landscapes project.
Yeah.
Paul, you talk while I do this.
Okay. So The 123, many of you have already signed up for our very first 123 online course, which is done through a separate platform called Circle. And Barb's done it previously with the Canvas board, the Viaduct, and things like that.
Lighthouse.
Yeah. So that's where it will happen. And what this will be, it will be over 3 sessions, 1, 2, 3. And we will kick off on not this Friday, but the following Friday, which I think is the 14th.
Yeah.
That's when Barb we'll have everything good to go.
Yeah.
We'll have the booklet, a detailed booklet.
Yes.
You will also get some product with it as well.
Yeah.
To get you started.
Yeah, that's right. So there'll be some product with it as well.
Yeah.
There'll be a project booklet, so you'll know exactly what we're going to use. Loads of you have already got the masks and the tree stamps. So there's a really cool projects.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pitch it. I'm going to we need about a week to prepare it properly. And I'm going to tell you about it a week on Friday at 10 o'clock in the morning.
10 o'clock.
So you'll be at Hobby Maker.
I'll be up at Hobby Maker, yeah.
But at 10 o'clock in the morning, I'll be here and I'll be telling you about the landscape 1, 2, 3 evenings.
Yeah.
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 And then they'll start, I think it's in May, we said, wasn't it?
It is, yeah. I think it's the first Thursday in May. Let me have a look on my calendar. I can tell you when it is.
What we thought was, because we always get together in the evening on the shack, so hundreds of us are together in the shack on a Thursday evening, and most of the people in the shack will want to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Because it's not just about, it's about getting together and just doing it. So we thought we'd do 3 2-hour sessions. We'll really get the knowledge. I'll do pre-records. Then there's access, and you not just buying the stuff, but you're using the stuff.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
So I think so.
So the first one to take place, it will be on Thursday, the 8th of May, and then it'll be the following Thursday and the following Thursday after that. And as Barb said, if you can't tune in live at the time, there'll be a pre-record. You can go back and watch the live afterwards as well.
And it may be that you've worked out how to do these masks, but I think that a lot of people would benefit from getting some proper, you know, like hands-on tuition, how to do this. So you can see what I'm using here is a brush, and I'm using Uncharted Mariner. A lot of it has to do with the colors that you put together and how you put them together. And what you'll see here is I'm working on the sky and the water in parallel.
Right. Okay.
So that's quite interesting that we're doing that. So, and you see, I'm just flicking it that way, but I'm going with the blue.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to go now. Once I've got like halfway, that's about as far as I want to go really with this one, right? And then I'll use a spot-on sponge,
which comes free with those stencil brushes.
Does it always?
No, it finishes at the end of today at midnight tonight.
Does it?
Yeah.
So now I'm going to use the sponge, you see, just to spread that blue out a little bit more. And when we do the course, the 1, 2, 3 course for the landscapes and stamping, it won't just be about, we're not going to do, you know, one of these every night.
No.
Once we get the knowledge on how to do this, it will be about color, about composition. So now I've got that side. Look, see, I've done the yellow here, the blue there. Now I'm going in with the yellow on this side.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with a scattered straw on this one. I think. Right. So let's see what this gives us. And I know that if I overlap it, it will go green. Yeah. So I'm just going to go like this one here. See, so I want that to be yellow at that point. Hold the brush tighter at the base. I can get a bit more yellow going. So if I sweep across the water now, and I'll take the blue and I'll come back over that. See how it changes now?
You've blended it together, haven't you? You've brought the two colours
together.
So
I've got the reflection.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what we're going for. Right, I've got the reflection, but it's not.
It's softer.
Yellow.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
See, and if I don't really want to go back now with the yellow because it will go green.
Contaminate.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So once I've done that, that's the game. That's that done. But of course, I can always go in with a sponge. If I want it
Yes.
to be a bit yellower, that's when my sponge comes in. See?
Because you've got more control in relation to where you're directing the colour to.
That's it. And so you can see how you're picking up. And if you want it to be darker, then you can go in with the sponge. You can go in with the. Right, it's nice. It's nice.
It is.
I like doing this. Right, so I can use my fingers just to smooth out the colours. Right, I reckon. If I want a little bit of blue maybe in that corner, I'll give a bit of shadow over here. Yeah, why not? Once I'm happy with that, I'm going to take my colour again. I reckon it'll be a really good 3-week session.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I think to have the option that you can either tune in live, you can go back on, and we say you've got the keys to the classroom then, haven't you? So you can go in 24/7, 7 days a week, and refresh yourself as well.
So to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and also, you know, if you can't make it on a particular evening, well, that's no worry. There'll be a pre-record for you.
Yeah.
See, so now I've covered the whole thing up again.
Yeah.
But I want to get in on that moon.
Okay.
Right. So I'm going to take that one out. Just pop that on there. So I always put whatever I'm not using on my carrier sheet.
Otherwise, you'll never find it again.
Never find it again. So now let's just see, what do I want to do on this side of the moon, the dark side of the moon, right? So I want to kind of put a little bit of blue, but not too much. Let's see if there's enough on there without, right? So you just a little tiny bit of yellow maybe. Just, you want something that's a bit contrasty.
Yeah.
There you go, look. And you're just smoothing it in from that edge there. That'll do. And then I'm going to cover that up again. And this is how it works. There's a process. And I am suggesting that we get together for 3 evenings and we do this together. Now, I could do with them. No, it's all right, Paul.
Tweezers?
Yeah, there is somewhere.
I saw them in the box.
I know, I've got, there you go. Once it's in, it's in. Tweezers are good. And I'll tell you everything you need to do the job. So now I've got this bit, the moon, the mountains. Right, so now I'm going to take the mountains out. And I'm not ripping the, you know, I'm isolating the area that I'm going to work on next.
It's like painting by numbers, isn't it? In sort of in layers.
But now I want to work, for example, let me take not the yellow, because I'm going to save the yellow for the sandy area, but let's take, for example, that antique linen.
Yeah.
Right, because it's a really nice, it's just a nice colour.
Neutral colour, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm going to just go through the mountains now with that neutral colour. Okay. But you could, these could be rolling hills. This could be green, beautiful greens. You know, it's entirely up to you. But I'm definitely mindful of where the light source is.
Yes.
Let's call it the light source.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got my light source, and it's definitely. So I'm emanating from the light source. You can see what I'm doing, can't you? Right. And then I'm going to take this, and you're going to say at home, well, why would I bother joining the class if I can watch you doing it here?
Yeah.
Well, I'll leave that one with you. I'll leave that one with you. We're a sharing company. But I also think that the 1, 2, 3 courses are always going to be more in depth.
Yeah.
They're always going to be more involved. It's very much a community thing.
It
isn't
is,
it?
and it's the knowledge as well. I mean, yes, you give the knowledge freely when you're doing the TV and stuff. But it is, I think sometimes if you know that you're going to concentrate on something specific, I think there's a different way of approaching it, isn't it?
It totally is.
Yeah.
I mean, here, this is very much to entice you, you know, and give you a good idea of how they work. Obviously, I would never sell anything without letting you know how it works. But I think that's why our workshops are award-winning as well.
Yeah.
Because we it's a different thing, isn't it?
It is. Yeah.
It's a different platform altogether. So let's have a look. I'm using pumice stone now,
Okay.
right? And I'm just loading on there, and then I'm bringing in a little bit of shadow on that side. See, so from this side, so you've got a little bit there. It's a bit darker over here, round Mum's Will's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Round Will's mum's house, it's a bit darker. Right, so you get a little bit more going on there. Let's get a bit more depth going in here, right, because it's darker down there. And this is all to do with the background. Right, that'll be nice. Okay, I reckon that'll work well. So what I have to do though is just make sure that there's enough contrast between where there's not enough contrast.
Disappear.
Otherwise it looks a bit insipid.
Yeah.
So at that point there, I'm just going to sweep a little bit more there so that you can see the difference between where the moon is
and where the top of the
and
mountain
there. Now I can see it. Now you're much happier with that, right? So the last bit to do, it doesn't take that long. Well, I'm going for it.
Yeah.
You know, I would take my time doing this normally.
But I mean, if you're doing this at home, you wouldn't be talking to anybody.
No.
You would just be enjoying the process.
Yeah.
As you say, it's that Japan thing, isn't it? You enjoy it and you take it one step at a time.
Precisely. So what we've done now, and you can see through the mask, I've done the sky, I've done the moon, I've done the mountains, and I've done the water.
Yeah.
Only bit I haven't done is the sand. Right. So now we're going to take the sand. This comes in two parts. That bit there, that goes on.
So this is where you said in like one of the other ones, if you'd taken that piece off and the lake one as well, you would have a bigger lake, wouldn't you?
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you can decide which bits do you want to take, which bits do you want to keep, which bits do you want to take off. Right. So I'm going with the scattered straw here, just because I think it will look lovely. I'd love to be sitting on that beach.
Yeah.
Right. It's not really Edenbridge, is it?
Not Edenbridge. It's Edenbridge it's got a little river. It's got a river, but I don't know whether it's got a beach.
It's usually flooded, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh dear. That's always your indicator, whether or not, because it does flood.
It's at the far end, isn't it?
Where Waitrose is. Yeah. And it really does. And you see it under the bridge, and there's about 2 inches.
Well, you can't see under the bridge.
Then you know there's a problem. And always you think, oh, I wouldn't want to be living in those houses.
No. And it goes further along, doesn't it? I bet that's a nice
where that
walk
windmill
along
is.
There. Oh, is there a windmill?
Yeah. Well, when it's not submerged, right. Right. So now I can just pop that lovely yellow. See, so it's about the colours, but you'll notice that I haven't used loads of colour, have I?
No.
You know? So you just want to get that, I want to get that colour in there though, because this is the bottom here. I'm just going to sweep that through there.
Yeah.
And it's wonderful, really, because the masks really protect where you were before. How are we doing for giveaways?
Giveaways, we need to choose a winner. So it's for you to decide what we will give away.
Well, if this works, I'll give this one away.
Let's give that one away.
Yeah. See, now we can change the tone of that yellow. If we think that it's a little bit too yellow, right, then I can take that mustard seed, not mustard seed, mustard seed,
the antique linen.
Antique linen.
Yeah.
And I will just tone that down a bit, right, along that base.
Yeah.
But I rather like this. I think it's going to look good, right? But I do think, I wonder if I put a bit of pumpkin. And this is the sort of thing we're going to do in the workshop, in the course.
Yeah. Just the 1, 2, 3.
I really want to show you the different colorways and color combinations and how this works. Right, get a bit of depth up that end there. Yeah. Right, I reckon. I enjoy doing this stuff immensely.
This is lovely. It's when you do the big reveal, that's what always gets me.
We hope. Let's have a look. So I've done the water.
Yeah.
And I've done so we're just going to gently peel that water away. Let's have a look. That. So that's the water.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to use our carrier sheet.
Yeah.
I'm about ready. Do you know what I'm about ready to do?
What's that?
Cell carrier sheets. Yeah, but actually, right, let's just take this gently now. I don't want to. What I want to say is, you know, when you do Avery labels,
Oh yeah.
you know the Avery labels?
Yeah, the waste that once you take the labels off, you've got
You know
that.
that paper,
Yeah.
that wax paper?
Yeah.
That's the gear.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to use Avery label paper,
Of course, yes. It's that same.
you know,
Yeah.
it's just easier, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause it's the same stuff.
Mm.
That might be a really good idea. Look, this is going to look so nice. There you go. Then that one goes in there like so. They all come back in there. That's fine. And then are we all right there, Paul?
Yeah, I just wondered what the noise was outside the studio.
Window cleaners? I hope
Inside.
so. Right, so we've got all that. And then we're going to take the outside away.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think this is a good one.
Here it comes.
Take that off there. And we peel the paper away
Look
like
at
this.
that.
Yeah. So, doesn't that look good?
Wow. It's when you've got that white frame, all
Yeah.
of a sudden it goes ping.
There we are. Like that. Nicely done, Barbara. There. How's that?
Look at that.
And then, right, so when we take our, I've still got my bits here,
Yeah.
right? And then we could put a beautiful crane on there. What do you think?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that'd look
the
beautiful.
$1 million.
It is, isn't it?
But I've got to tell you, right? This is where you decide, this is where you use your little templates and you decide before you make a Horlicks of it and then wish you hadn't done that. You think, right, which ones do, if you stamp these on tracing paper, even better.
Yes.
Because then you could really see.
Really see through.
So I'm definitely going to use a solid surface one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it needs to be black.
Yes.
I do. Only because
I think if you
it's
use
too
a
much.
coloured, there's too
Yeah.
much colour in the background already.
So how about I go and find, oh, drum roll.
What are we looking for?
No, I'm just looking for this.
Stamps?
Which one? I think that one, don't you?
Yeah.
Yep. That little one over there.
Yeah.
Or, yeah, that'll do. Okay, drum roll. See, and then that one there would, see, you can see what it's going to look like.
Yeah.
I think that would look gorgeous there.
Yeah.
Hey? Okay. Barbara, you know, you love a bit of pressure, don't you?
No pressure.
Oh, is that the same one? Hold on. I've already got it. Yay. All right, I've done it.
There we go.
Right, stick that there. Right, black.
Yeah.
I think we're going black.
I think so.
We're going to get one go at it. If this doesn't work, I'm just going to turn the camera off. Go down.
We won't give it away then.
No, we won't give it away then. No, it'll be all right. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Can we agree that it is what it is?
It will be a one-off, won't it?
Especially if he's only got one leg. Right, hang on. Let's just... one for Bess.
Yeah.
One for Tess.
One for test.
Let's have a look. Let's just see what we got. And we don't want to squish the legs and we don't want to squish the beak. I think that would do. If I could repeat that on there, I'd be happy. Okay.
No pressure.
No, I just got to make sure the head's in the right place so it doesn't sit right. I reckon there, between those bits. Okay, right, here we go. Of course, she loves a bit of pressure. In a minute, it's going to be a mixed media job and I'm going to throw paint at it.
We've got some cut out that you can stick on top.
Right, bish, bosh, bish, and in we go.
There
right.
we go.
Pressing on the body.
On the body.
Not too much pressure on
the.
the. Yeah, I could draw the beak in.
Yeah,
but I can't draw the feathers in. I reckon.
Look at that.
Happy days are here
Fantastic.
again.
Wow.
Da, 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 da.
That's beautiful.
Nice. And then I don't think I even want to bother putting in another.
No. I would stop there. I think that's beautiful. I really, really do.
I don't want to push me luck.
No, I think, look at that.
There you go.
Wow.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, so we need to pick a winner now.
We need to pick a winner.
Pick a winner.
Let's just put a little bit of depth on that. There.
Nice.
That'll do. Hmm?
Yeah.
Happy with that. Okay, and I might put a little Japanese sentiment in there. Since we're celebrating Japan, what do we think? Serenity, that was what it was, wasn't it?
It was Serenity.
Serenity
yes.
it is. Right, so why don't I do that while you pick a winner?
Okay, so I'll just bring up details for that Enzo collection where you've got all of the Enzo sign. You have the large symbols in both the sets and then the Bijou one as well. And this is you're using one of the larger sets, aren't you? The Serenity set, Barb, for this particular one.
Am I?
You are? Yes.
No, I'm not. It's the little ones.
Are they the Bijou ones?
They're the dinky ones.
The dinky Bijou ones, okay.
Yeah.
So we've got those on the screen as a complete collection. Don't forget, a number of these prices will revert back at the end of today. Also, take advantage of that Japan 10.
So I was just thinking, if it goes wrong, I can always put a plaster on it.
Yeah.
So then immediately the pressure's off.
Exactly.
Because then I think, well, if this doesn't work, then.
And it is covering it over, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I'll scroll. I will scroll.
Okay.
And then when you finish stamping, I've got to go back and find all this Serenity in the chat.
Hope it's straight. I didn't check that. Oh, no.
Oh, look at that. It's right on the waterline, isn't it?
I tell you what, this one is going to a very happy home, I hope. There you are.
Look at that.
Okay, that'll do.
Okay.
I want to stop while I'm ahead,
Beautiful.
really.
Right, stop.
Okay.
Should we come back to the full screen?
Yes.
Yep. Okay. So I'm in the chat now. I'm going to turn my back and then I need you to tell me when to stop.
Stop.
There's a lot in there. And the winner is Janet Morecambe. Congratulations. We have your details. I recognise the name.
Thank you, Janet, for joining. Thank you, everybody, for joining in.
Yeah. So we'll pop that in with an order. I'm sure you've got an order in the system.
I'll sign it. I'll sign it.
Wow, lovely.
There you go.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I hope that you enjoyed the show. I hope you like the cranes. I hope you like the new masks. And I do hope that you join in on the 1, 2, 3 landscapes workshops.
And that'll be Friday the 11th at 10 o'clock. That'll be when Barb will launch them and showcase them, give you all the information, the lovely booklet, what you're going to get for your
5 projects.
Yeah, I know, 5 projects over 1, 2, 3 evenings. So
nice.
It's going to be fantastic.
We'll hang out together and have a good time.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us. Don't forget Japan 10. Keep putting that in up until midnight tonight. And then a lot of the prices, they will revert back to the full price after midnight.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing Japan with us over the past month. It's been an amazing
really
journey.
Wonderful.
Yeah. The flight's going to take off at midnight tonight. So we should get back. No, it's coming back though.
Oh. Okay.
So the rest of this week, so tomorrow at 10 o'clock, you've got the lovely Louise in Groovy Tuesday at 10. Then I'll be joining Louise at 2 o'clock for another hour of Clarity Social TV. We're going to look at the voucher pouch Groovy plates.
Oh, excellent.
With those, really, really good for those.
That was a Hazel design idea, wasn't it? Yeah, lovely.
And then Wednesday, we have our first 1, 2, 3 online session.
Excellent.
So I'm looking forward to that, really.
That's groovy.
Yep. And then Thursday evening, it's back in the shack with Barb at 7. And you're going to do that lovely bouquet in the vase, aren't you?
That we sketched this morning. Yes, we are.
So and then Sunday 3 till 5.
Oh,
yeah. We're terrible, I know.
They're really lovely.
Yeah.
All
I'm going to go is
really cute.
Really cute.
And we did them together in the shack. Lots of love.
We're all going to be going back and looking now.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Grace. Thanks for your help.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Take care.